Hey, this is Joe from Citrus County Porch Life, bringing you a daily word for men for December 29th, 2024. And the word for today is fascinating. I'm recording this in the house because the sun is too bright outside. So, fascinating. Be in awe before his majesty. Be in awe before such power and might. Come worship wonderful Yahweh, arrayed in his splendor. Uh, bowing bowing in worship as he appears in the beauty of his holiness. Give him the honor due his name. And that is from Psalm 29, verse 2. And this is the commentary on that. When you take time to plan out in detail your actions, when you know what you're going to do after work and what steps you're going to take to accomplish a task, that kind of planning and focus is part of fascination. You are captivated by what you want to do. Perhaps it is the clearing of trees on a property or canvas you have been painting. Maybe it's a song you have written or a new video you want to post. Whatever has taken your imagination and your interest is likely a passion that you are dedicating time and thought to. This is when we know we are fascinated by something. Jesus longs for us to be fascinated by the things of his kingdom. He wants us to go deep into the treasure that he has stored up for us. If we listen carefully, he tells us that these wonderful things we pursue on earth are but a glimpse of what he has in store for us. And the question is, what fascinates you about God's kingdom? And the answer I wrote down is everything. I'm fascinated by everything. I don't know very much about anything, but, and I listed them, the universe, the earth and its processes, the cell, genetics, uh, the brain, and in my case, mathematics. I love it. And the power of healing. And just, the whole thing, the nucleus, replication, DNA, genetics, it's all very fascinating to me. And I read what I can on it, get free books from the library. And I've become very, very interested in geology, tectonic plate theory and that sort of thing. And, but this quote, this could be a quote where it says, uh, fear the Lord. And I don't think it means be afraid of him, but be in awe. And this is a perfect example of an explanation of that. Be in awe of his majesty, awe before power and might, his splendor, the beauty of his holiness, and the honor due his name. Because there is a lot of power, as I said in the previous video, a lot of power in the name. My parents believe that, and that's why we were all named after early Christian fathers of the church, or uh, some maybe in the first or second century. There weren't any crazy names, and that was because they were in awe of all of those people. There was John, me, Joseph, Michael, James, Matthew, and Mark. Uh, Saints from Ireland, Kevin, and Brian. Was that 8? I'm trying to think. why when the older you get, you try to remember the names of all your brothers and sisters, and it becomes difficult. And we're fascinated not only by God, what God has made that has come into being through His power, but by God Himself. And David had a unique relationship with God. God really liked David. He forgave him his sins because there was true contrition on the part of David. And I really think he delighted him, probably delighted in his dancing and singing praises of God, unlike he has for any other man. Even his father, his son Solomon, he went off the rails at the end. So, God's kingdom is, it's unending. We'll never, each one of us or all of us together, all of humanity, everyone that lives on planet Earth is not going to know probably 1 billionth of what is out there or be able to understand it. And yet, God lets us understand a lot. And it's very hard not to understand something and not relate it back to God, the Maker. It's hard, impossible for me to believe that it was just there without a Maker behind it. So I try to remain in awe of God, and every once in a while you'll see something. I was walking in what I call a kingdom of mosquitoes. That's the very large uh, protected land right across the street from me. 65, 70,000 acres. It goes up and down goes from Crystal River down the counties and old growth forest. And you walk in there, you see things that you haven't seen before. I saw an eagle in one of the, I think it was a tree that, I don't know if it was dying or it had already died, but right at the top of it was a giant nest about 6 feet in diameter. And there was an eagle up there. And I just shook my head. I like to say hello, and it went about its way. I don't know if there were babies there, but it was flying back and forth, so it may have been feeding little ones. I don't know. I didn't see them. It was too high. So yeah, every day, either in big or small ways, I'm reminded of all that God has made, and I too look forward, as Revelation says, to the new heaven and earth that will be better than anything that we have here that has gone down since uh, the days of Adam and Eve and steadily declined. We won't need the sun, we won't need the moon for light. God will provide all the light that we need, and I can't wait for that day. So, I wish you all a safe and holy December 29th. We're closing up this year. I hope you'll stay with me till the end of the year. And if you hit like. If you want to subscribe, hit subscribe. Uh, and these will show up somewhere on YouTube for you to watch. So God bless. See you tomorrow.